And welcome to my stream today, where I have returned. I almost just immediately clicked on the next song, which would have been a cover of this song, actually. Odd. Interesting. But yeah, the song that was playing just now is called What Am I Fighting For? Why is my model frozen? Okay, it's unfrozen now. And it's actually the ending of a Ghost Run event. I forgot which one. It's a relatively early one-ish. $10 point something, I want to say. But I'm not sure. Something seems to be really good. It's really good, really good. GFL 1 has some really, really good songs. GFL 2 so far is good. Well, GFL 2 so far seems to be specifically good because, no, that's the wrong button. Scar was amazing too. Yeah. Where is it? No. Those are the old ones. Those are GFL 1. Is it up here somewhere? I have not heard that anywhere, but... one of these songs somewhere. I know that you have access to it in this game. But I don't know in which one of these it's in. That's GFL 1. That's GFL 1. That's GFL 1. I think this too is GFL 1. It is cool, but it's not all of it yet. There's still a lot of it missing. But I'm looking for something specific. Because there's actually something really cool in the song that I'm looking for. But I need to find it. And I don't know where it is. Not this one. It's not this one. I'm actually not quite sure if you can access the music that way. That I'm looking for. Found it. Because there's something really cool about this song. And I think it might actually relate to the song that we just listened to. Hang on. Let me just turn the volume of that a little bit. No, that was a different one. But essentially, it has the same procession of notes that a different song has in GFL 1, one of the event endings. So, yeah. Anyway, today we're playing the event of Yohee, which I still don't have. I'm also not super interested in her, but the story might still be good. Also, I'm not a fan of that music. Elmo, the dormitory. As the music's final beats conclude, Yohee finishes the dance practice with a perfect motion. I couldn't help but clap at this mesmerizing display. Commander, when did you... it's this late already? Yeah, but I can wait, no rush. No, that won't do. I was the one who invited you. You're here to help me out too. Okay, sit down, have some tea. Yohee expeditiously carries over a chair, stuffing a mug of steaming hot tea into my hands. A flowery fragrance hits me, emanating from the cup's contents. No need to go so far. You told me before that you wanted me to help you tidy up some neural data, right? Yes, the records I wanted you to go over with me are from before the special day as well. A time not unlike now. A memorable experience, yes? What does she have? The K2, Korean assault rifle. Yeah, it wasn't exciting or frightening, nor anything that changed the world, still. I look back on it fondly, and it taught me a lot. Alright, I'll do my best to help you. Shall we begin? Yeah, I'll be in your care. I think one of the biggest reasons why I'm not the biggest fan of her is just the fact that I don't like idols. Like, really don't like them. Come on, I'm over here. Connection is good and visibility is clear. Well done, Yohee. Right, let's have a look. Also, she has one of the stupidest and dumbest extra outfits I've ever seen. This place looks familiar. It should be... Zakhar's nearby, right, Commander? That's right. I think your first step should be done in a familiar place. Well done. You've thought of everything. When you're guiding your juniors, you should also pay attention to... This isn't the time to be thinking about things like this. I should use this time to probably sell them a neurocloud. I'm ready. Alright, let's begin. You've heard me rant about the weapon it's most closely related to, because there's also the K1, which is a personal defense weapon. And definitely not what the Koreans say it is. You know what? I'm still just gonna go and incendiary. I'm just gonna set the world on fire. That's a pretty cool. You know, this kind of car is still futuristic enough to be futuristic, but it actually looks quite classy. I like that, even though it's just very blocky. Anyway, incineration time. How much can we get? Literally everything. The story missions aren't particularly difficult. Also certainly doesn't help that I have VVV6. Okay. Same thing again. Interesting. This might also be a relatively short story event, all things considered, because I don't know if it is or not. Let's just turn everything to cinders. Again. Ta-da! Are we gonna have some story now? No? Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Something doesn't seem right. Is there actually no story? Well, I guess this might get done very, very quickly. And if it does, then we can switch over to GFL 1, where there's currently a collaboration event with a different game running. A game that I don't play, but the story setup does seem quite neat. I can't quite reach everyone. That super Renegade down there will survive. Renegade. Still say that the super Renegades aren't nearly as cute as the normal Renegades, by the way. Boom. Data organization is going smoothly so far. Never thought that you would run into Naganda Ksenia there. Yeah, I was a bit shocked too. With how big the world is, running into past companions by sheer chance might as well be a miracle. And they helped me out a lot back then too. I haven't gotten the chance to thank them properly since I got on board. Maybe you should take some flowers with me? What do you think, Commander? That's a good idea. Expressing your thoughts with flowers is a holiday tradition too. It might be difficult to get real flowers in the contamination zone though. What flowers were you thinking of? What flowers are good for expressing gratitude? Let me think. How about carnations? I don't know what those are. Carnations might be a little too, well, maybe Nagant would be happy with that? Right. Carnations express both gratitude and respect. Ksenia, I feel like she'll like any flower as long as it's made out of solid gold. Right. Do you have any flowers you're fond of, Commander? Flowers I'm fond of? I have a few, but I can't exactly pick out a particular favourite. Nah, it's alright. I'm just asking for the sake of it. No need to think of it too hard. I think I remember there being a scene in a GFL 1 event where there was flowers included. Yeah, Ritsu. Thank you for the outputs. Yeah, let me fill up your tea. There's some dried flowers added to this tea. And that's a nice fragrance, right? If only we had some cookies to go with it. She interrupts my thoughts with a cheery tone. I'll take a good sniff of the liquid's aroma. Yeah, it's lovely. Okay, I think that'll do it. Let's get back to organizing. Yeah, of course. I don't know if they're really... God damn. That's a lot of months. Thank you for the Prime sub, Bakasura. For the 44 months in total, and the 30 months in a row. It's a lot of months. It's 30... Oh, it's 30... I'm stupid. That's 30 streams in a row. That is correct. Substring is 18. Ah. Well, I mean, to me it's essentially 44. It's a lot of months. Boom. No, 2 of those were gift subs. That is a lot of months. Yeah, it really is. I think I have one streamer where I've been subscribed for like 120 months or something like that by now. Or close to. It's a long time. Commander, when the situation calls for it, even a not so proper method should still be used, right? You mean when you hacked into the city CCTV? Well, you didn't use it for anything malicious and everything ended well. I know, right? You're the best, Commander. You went so far to help Professor Bone look for Lumi, just so you could have some artificial snow. There must be something more at play. You're right, Commander. I did initially seek him out because I wanted to use artificial snow for our performance. After knowing what Lumi meant to him, though, I couldn't just let it be. And before I realized it, I started taking it like a competition with how good Lumi was at running away. That sounds like something you would do. Should have taken it as a compliment, Commander. Of course. If you weren't like that, you wouldn't have been able to continue dancing. Commander. Seriously, getting all sincere all of a sudden. It's embarrassing, you know? But I do like it. Brilliant Small makes me ease up, too. I'm looking forward to a little... towards next. Shall we continue? Yep, this is the best part of the performance. Come on, come quick, over here. This is music. Don't you want to take a break? You've been at it for so long. That doesn't mean I get to enjoy your dancing again. I just can't keep anything from you, can I? Oh, very well, as you wish. Now you just finished arranging the steps to this dance, so you'll be the first person to see it. That's an odd camera angle. Isn't that just one of her skill animations? Eh? Commander, what do you think? When I watch people dance, I feel happier. Doesn't mean you like it, can I take that to mean that you approve? Honestly, so far this event doesn't seem to be particularly story relevant, and I don't know what to think of it. That's the first time that this is the way it is. Of course. That's great. Actually, there's more after this. Still, the intermission should be over by now, right? We aren't done yet. Ah, you're right. I think I should wait until it's all over before putting on a show for you. With 3 wannabe islets on the red creature from Sesame Street. I did actually remember something about this place. About this map specifically. There is actually a crate up here. That crate up there. Don't care. Swoop. Don't want to end the fight yet. Bang. Oh no. When I think about how dangerous Goliaths were in GFL 1, this is very funny. Like, even low-level Goliaths would just bomb the shit out of your echelons. Incineration. I think there's one survivor. Oh, we could change that. Just with the motorcycle. But yeah, the thing that's actually in that crate up there, as far as I'm aware, is a pole. A free pole, just kind of hidden there. Which is actually quite cool. Yep. Continue. Okay. That gets most of them. Whoosh. Shank it. Alright, continue again. I really don't know what to think of this event, because I expected story of some sort. However, I can say that this explains why there was not any kind of spoilers anywhere, because there's nothing to spoil. Nope. This is in fact a thing. Also, at least as far as I'm aware, in story, Yohee is an actual idol, and actually all three of them are actual idols. But I just don't care, man. I don't like idols. I really just don't. Eh. There's many character archetypes that I actually do enjoy, and this one's just not one of them. Bang. Commander? What's with you getting all serious all of a sudden? I'm just thinking that if it weren't for you noticing what Lumi really wanted, who knows how long it would have been misunderstood for. It was nothing too impressive. Alessia's name told me that the soul of dance is expression, so I habitually began to observe people around me to see what they express with the smallest expressions and movements. I suppose I ended up in the right place the wrong way. The soul of dance is expression. An interesting phrase. It's true that when I watch Vepri and Shakri, I can feel their emotions sometimes. Can I? I don't know, man. That's right. The things on your mind that you can't speak, emotions you can't declare, all of that can be expressed through dance. After the whole business with Professor Bowen and Lumi, I became even more certain about this. Dance can go beyond the boundaries of death and speak to the soul. If it wasn't for Lumi's dancing, imagine the regrets of the Professor and his wife would have had. There's really your own part in it. You helped out a lot. Her pats her head. She looks upwards, a shade of red creeping onto her happy face. I was really happy to help you, Lumi and the Professor. I want to convey more and more things with dance from now on too. Okay. Speaking of this, I really did have another request for you, but I'll tell you after you're done for good with the organizing. There's not much left. Let's clear it out all in one go. Alright. Either A, we're almost done, or B, there's actually got to be something to this still. And if it's A, then we've breezed through this in less than 20. There's actually... Sure. I think I understand now. The story is different here. Ah. Okay. Now I get it. The actual story is somewhere else. The main part is just play through and be done. And the story is behind these. So that's interesting. So, return to the start where we have arrived at the Zakro Cafe, or close to it. On a bright and pleasant morning, pedestrians begin to filter onto the satellite city streets. The shops on the sides of the street hang up coloured lights and put on displays of bouquets, denying the otherwise monotone cityscape. Yohee stops in front of one such shop, lightly touching a petal as shock makes itself apparent on her face. Well, these flowers are real. I thought they were plastic. Plants for viewing pleasure are expensive these days. Well, it's the time of year to express your wishes by giving flowers. Right, Shakri Sonbei's response. Yohee inspects the message records on her phone. She scrolls up and down, failing to find Shakri's name. Huh, it's nothing. Could it be that she didn't see my message? As Yohee feels anxiety creep in, her phone begins to ring. Also, actually, let me just... Do not be in the way of the text boxes. Hello, can you hear me? Good morning, Shakri Sonbei. I have no idea what that means. Morning. Shakri saw the message. Compared to the previous version, the changes worked really well. Dancing with the falling snow with the audience's full attention. Jeez, all this talk makes me want to go get on the stage myself. Really shocked, isn't it? Sparkle, my doll dance squad will welcome you with open arms at any time. Sparkle. To think of it, that sure is a passionate name. I must apologize, though. The cafe's been really busy recently. The young mistress is no help, and Centauresi has raised the standards of service again. The young mistress is almost certainly macchiato. Or baba. But it's alright. No matter how busy it gets, Sharky will always keep the customers happy. Let's see. And yeah, I thought you'd finally agree to join. But with your approval, I'm much more confident on the changes to the routine. It's a bit early to celebrate, you know? The plan might have been perfected with Sharky's help, but where will you get the snow from? The technology's only gotten to a refined enough stage to emulate rain, right? And it's limited to wide zone cities too. Though we get a few scraps in the satellite city occasionally. Don't worry, I've gone over the files already. LUB-01 has a scientist researching artificial snow. I'm already there, on the way to the laboratory. You already lost PRY-01, Yohee? You should move fast. Imagine naming yourself after coffee when you can't make one that isn't somewhat toxic. She's Wawa. I'm fine with the name Macchiato. There is some genuinely wacky-ass names coming up, though. Some of them for dolls that I actually really like. And some of them for dolls that I used to like. And now they've been kind of changed in a way that I don't like. You're not wrong. Yeah. Luca is a weird name. The only thing left to do in PRY-01 is practice before the performance. With the changes locked in, there's nothing left for me to do there. Once I got the news about the artificial snow, I set off right after sending you a message. Then LUB-01 has an excellent dessert shop. They say that the sweets are all super cute. I really wanted to go and take a look. Since you're in LUB-01, Yohee, could you go and take a look and snap some photos of the sweets? Shaki would be so very grateful. Dessert shop. Might be a good chance to get closer to Sharky someday. I couldn't quite hear that. Was there something you didn't want Sharky to hear? No, nothing. The signal got a bit bad, that's all. Send me the shop's name, please. Give me a second, it's on the tip of Sharky's tongue. What is it, manager? I'm on the phone with Yohee. What's that? You coffee beans? Springfield's voice comes from the other end of the call. Sharky has to help carry some stuff. Be right back, sis. No problem. Do what you need to do. 5 minutes later. Here's the encore. Yohee, you still there? Yes, go ahead. I went ahead and asked the manager just now. She said that artificial snow is really some impressive tech right now, and totes hard to put into action. Is my finest work going to be synced before its maiden voyage like this? It makes me angry just thinking about it. You won't know unless you try. I had to go to great lengths to convince the dance squad's instructor to approve Sparkle for PLY-01's special holiday program. If we miss out, who knows how long I'll have to wait for the next opportunity. Right, here's another thing. The original event of this was a Christmas event. Which is just also fitting for the current season, isn't it? Looking at the date right now. On the 3rd of June. If you need it for the best effects, I'll go for it. Even if mods of success are only 1%. Yohee sounds as she pants her chest. Simultaneously, she finds many people running in the direction with distress on their faces. Stop going in that direction, everyone! Turn back! The man at the front of the group shouts, and the passersby stop in their tracks. The robot's gone haywire and messed up the entire street. Look at all these bubbles on my clothes. I'm soaked. Hey, can you hear me? Sounds like there's a lot of noise over there. What's going on? Sorry, Sharky-sama. A robot's gone out of control here. I've got to go and have a look. Robot. Out of control. Man, that satellite city sounds dangerous. Maybe you should get out of there first? I can ask the manager to think of something for the snow. That's no problem. I'm here already. I might as well give it a go. I'll be A-okay. Yohee answers the call, running in the direction of the man indicated. Whoa, slippery. Before she could run a dozen steps, Yohee steps on a puddle of white foam. Just before she falls to the ground, she extends her right hand, supporting herself and landing on her feet after a 360-degree twirl. A perfect aerial motion. If that was on stage, the audience would have given her a big round of applause, right? This wet feeling on my hands is really icky. Just what is this white foam? Was it fire? Was that a firefighting robot? Snow! Snowing! A strange voice comes from our right. Yohee turns to find a small automaton no taller than half a person. Snow! Snowing! Snow? What do you mean? Wait, are you that faulty? Before she could finish her sentence, the robot spews forth a burst of bubbles, hitting the unprepared Yohee straight on. My clothes... it's getting in my ear. Hold up. Don't you run. Not after doing a number like this on the frame I just maintained. The robot runs into the distance as Yohee quickly swats away the foam on her and gives chase. Snow, 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 snow. Hold on. No, oh, there's someone up ahead. The robot dashes along the pavement. Not far away is a senior citizen, not so keen on foot. Crap, if it keeps moving, there'll be a collision for sure. There's a security bot. It's not paying attention at all. Yohee looks over at the security bot moving along at a leisurely pace, gritting her teeth. Screw it. Yohee gets a running start, leaps into the air, and delivers a stylish kick to the little robot, fragile joint. The sudden strike makes the little robot lose its balance, and it falls to the ground with a pirouette. The old woman soon leaves the robot's path on the pavement. That was close. You nearly ran into that old lady. While Yohee takes the time to escort the old woman to a safe area, the little robot springs to its feet again and hurries away, swaying from side to side. Don't just run off. Yeah, it's spraying all over the place again. This gets out of hand. Yohee looks about hurriedly, searching for a way to stop the little robot. Keeps spinning around enthusiastically, not far away, continually spewing foam. Hey, aren't you K2? Yes? Yohee turns around to answer. Two familiar faces stand right behind her. 1895 and Sechkin? Why are you two here? Well, look, it's complicated. We have some business to take care of. No time for that now. What are you wet all over? Why are you wet all over? Is that robot? Did your robot go haywire? It's not mine, I don't know how to explain, but we need to stop it right now. If we just let it run around like this, we'll have an accident on our hands for sure. Can you help me out? Huh? Oh, it's a senior's duty to help out the juniors, after all. Wait, no, don't shoot at us. Look out, Ksenia! Nandagon's reminder, Ksenia unhurriedly bends downwards as the glob of foam flies by just above her head. Any ideas, my good senior? This bug monster's about to flood all the shops here. I'm thinking, okay. Get a move on at least. Don't just stand there playing games. Okay, your wish is my command. Ksenia puts away a terminal, following Nagan's footsteps and taking cover behind the toppled table. Still thinking? Of course not. We need to prioritize getting to the source of the chaos under control. Right, K2 and I will pin it down so it doesn't move as much. You look for a timing and grab it from its bubble-spewing dead zone. Why is the hardest part being left to me? Ksenia! Okay, it's an order, I get it. How about an extra hour on my break times for now? Oi, no haggling. Any questions, K2? No? Let's go. No running this time. Hearing the sound of behind itself, the robot turns around exaggeratedly. Before it could focus its camera on Yohee, Nagan had already restrained it with a rope she had on her body. Scary, lawbreaker! You're the one causing all this ruckus, and you dare yell at us? Right. 1895, Sechkin, thank you. Without your help, I probably would have never caught this little guy. Don't worry about it. Of course you got to give an old friend a hand. Speaking of which, you're still the exact same as before after all this time. Really? The exact same? The exact same. Well, but I tried so hard for so long. The news seemed to hit Yohee hard. This is our first meeting after Griffin. This is our first time meeting after we left Griffin, right? Alright. Sechkin changed her name. She goes by Ksenia now. Nagant there hasn't changed much, just like you. Still good old Nagant. Outsiders gotta respect tradition. You whippersnappers wouldn't get it. Sechkin isn't even that young. It's an old pistol. Going from Nagant 1895 to Nagant is still a difference. Sure thing, buddy. I'm called Yohee now. Seemingly still recovering from the shock, Yohee looks like she's still coming back to her senses. Yohee's her new name. Sure has a nice ring to it. Does it? Sounds like someone's celebrating. Do you work around here now? No, I work in a performance troupe. I came here to look for some technical assistance with artificial snow. A performance group? In need of artificial snow? Yes, I put together a dog dance group called Sparkle. The troupe recently took on a major contract, and Sparkle will be responsible for part of the program. To add a bit of atmosphere, we're looking for some help with artificial snow. As the topic shifts to a field, Yohee seems to ease up a bit. Wow, sounds impressive. Unlike us, all we do is the grunt work to help with the city security. Basically, no holidays too. We finally got a few days off to rest and recover, but the first thing we encounter is a public incident. Whoa, do you think I could get a bonus for overtime? Sure, it's one hell of a holiday you're having. Aren't you here for a competition? Competition? What competition? Is there an event or something going on around here? A holiday event of sorts, with a sizable prize pool to boot. I hear there are rare flowers up for grabs this time, the type that don't wither even if left alone for ages. It's been the talk of the town. How come you haven't heard of this, Yohee? Well, I suppose I've been rather busy with putting together a dance routine. Didn't have time for much else. Are you guys here to win the cash prize and take home beautiful flowers for a special day? You got half of it right. Xenia's planning to sell the flowers off instead. Old and grey as I am, I have little interest in money. I'm only here to help out at the request of my juniors. Well, I suppose all of the funds from the flower sale shall go to me then. I might not be interested in money, but it's never bad to have a bit of money on your hands for the holidays. How's my good senior, that expression of yours is adorable. I wish I had a camera on hand to capture this. Now, how many times I have to told you to not tease your seniors? Anyway, we're already helping out, so might as well see it through. Let's help Yohee tie up these loose ends. Yohee, what do you plan to do with this little guy? I have no idea who owns it, so I suppose it'll have to go to the security management department. Looks like its operation logic well and truly has gone out the window. Do you want to see it snow, too, like me? Yohee bows down, lightly tapping at the little robot's head. It struggles defiantly, still bound in place. Is it upset? Why does it feel like this little guy's AI is actually pretty advanced? Let's hope the management department can get a read on its owner then. A moment, please. A middle-aged man runs towards a trio, waving his hand. Thank goodness I finally found... Ah! The man steps in the foam emitted by the robot, slipping underfoot and leaning backwards, till he crashes into a pile of foam. Ouch, that looks like it hurt. Come help if you have the time to babble. I can get just as Xenia extends a hand to the man on the ground. Are you alright? I'm fine, I'm fine. The man begins to get to his feet with Maganda Xenia's help, but he stops as he leans on the ground with one hand and looks at the foam on his hand with glee. This feeling. The low temperature was successfully maintained. Fantastic. This isn't too far off from real snow. No. Isn't this just foam? Not at all. This is no normal foam. I'm trying to emulate the texture of snow with some special materials, but I must first make sure that its temperature and melting sensation are approximate to actual snow. Its texture is indeed closer to foam in its current stage. So it could have gotten burned. But if this simulation is successful, I only need to add cementing agent and adjust the formula, and it'll be complete in no time. The man wipes at his face happily, observing the half-melted foam in his hand while still sitting on the ground. Contemplating the man's face, Yohee falters for a moment before furrowing her brow and observing carefully. Are you Professor Bowen? Oh, yes, you know me. Ah, so it's you. I saw a picture of you in a magazine in that interview about artificial snow. I came here to look for you. Oh, a doll with an interest in snow. Megan extends her hand again, Bowen takes it, standing up. Thank you. There's some more foam up ahead, be careful. Oh, don't worry. Waving a hand, Bowen proceeds to the robot's side, undoing its bindings and gently rubbing its head. Now let me to introduce you. This is Lumi, the artificial snow dispersing robot I've been working on. Recently, the programming has gone a bit off, and it's running often. It often runs about like that, creating trouble. Shame we don't get any. Yeah, it is what it is. Whether it's compensation or apologies you want, I shall bear responsibility. The programming error will be rectified as soon as possible. Lumi. So Lumi limits lemonade. I don't get it. I don't get that one. Who is this referring to? Don't worry about it. Okay. No wonder why it was going on about snowing or whatever. Jeez, I'm so slow. Professor Bound, you really must agree to a request of mine. Yohee bows deeply to Bound. You are? Do you remember the name Yohee? I sent an email to you a few days ago looking for technical support with regards to artificial snow. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pull down the floof in a second again. It is quite obstructive to the field of view. As it pains me to say. Thank you for the ad pads. Oh, yeah. I'll leave it up for a moment. Never mind. Guess not. That wasn't me, though. That wasn't me. How are you doing, Kay? Hope you're doing well. Yes, I do shall sit up properly. Hey, Terry. I'm doing good with Links from Started. I should really play that again a bit more. It's been a moment again. So long, in fact, that they actually dropped an update. Yeah, I know. Also, let me just quickly turn on my fan. It's very warm. Ah. Even just a bit of wind helps quite a lot. Email. I remember now. Sorry, the past few days I've been busy. I haven't had time to reply yet. That's alright. I came here to talk to you about the matter for similar reasons. About what I had mentioned in the email. Yeah, I'd like to help you, but you can see Lumi's current state. It's not the time to commit to the market yet. See. Yohee's head droops despondently. Bound frees Lumi from being entangled in the ropes once again. But do you mind telling me the details of what you need? Perhaps it could be managed without Lumi. I live nearby. Shall we chat there? I must thank you for stopping Lumi before it really caused a massive problem too. Really? I'd love to. Thank you, Professor Barn. Can I come listen, Professor Barn? Nagan gives Ksenia a good knock on the back of her head. Stop going around making trouble for people. That's no trouble at all. I'm sorry, but you two are my friends. They helped me get Lumi under control just then. But Nagan, Ksenia, when you two going to the competition? We should get there. We should help you get Lumi back first. If it starts acting up again on the way, we can help take care of it. You're not forgetting why we're here, are you? If we are delayed by something else in the course of going to the competition, we'd miss out on the cash and flowers. Think of that holiday special edition that you wanted. Oh, that special edition hat. More horrifying shit in the abyss that'll kill you on your way to the gate. Hall. It'll be a moment until I get over to that game again. There's just too much to play. It's been a lot. I do want to play though. It's fun. I'll definitely have to start a new save file, but this time I can start them with more mods. Maybe even one that acts of action. Or two. Who knows? Just more ships. I want more stuff. Wait, weren't you talking about going together just a second ago? I'm just kidding. You're supposed to be the series here. To be the series here after all. Series 1 is probably supposed to be what it says. You need flowers. I happen to have some flowers at my place, planted in the front yard. If you need some, take which ones you like. As thanks for your help. You mean we can have fresh flowers? Not the plastic kind. They're real. Wow, that'd be perfect. So again, let's help the professor home first. Huh? Well, what's a little competition compared to the citizen safety? You tell me such things pretty often, you know? Okay, let's get moving already. Get the one with the anime goals? We'll see. Next up, flower lover, Yohee. After less than 30 minutes on foot, the group arrives at the Bound's residence, a two-story house with a yard of average size. Nagant, Yohee, you see? There's so many flowers in that yard. You weren't kidding. Of course. Take whichever one you want when you leave later. I remember when I was little, real flowers were all over the place. But now that is no more, and we must make do with artificial ones. Whenever I think of the children that never got to see plants in their natural forms, I can't help but feel it's such a shame. Yeah, the texture of real petals can't be matched by the plastic copies. We'll make good use of them. It's just that they don't stay in bloom for as long. Looks like resale profits are gonna go down a bit. Bonk. Like, unlocks Xenia's head again. Okay, it's UAF as a character I can mod with a faction attached. Stop thinking of that stuff all the time. Decorative plants are expensive and difficult to find for sale nowadays, no? Why do you plant so many things, Professor? Well, that's a long story. My wife used to be quite fond of flowers, and she tried to plant them many times with little success, but I managed to get it right here. Thanks to the temperature of the satellite city being so stable, though. It's only because the temperature barely changes season to season that these flowers can be in bloom at this time of year. Come in, let's not stand around. The group entered the building behind Bowen. Sit wherever you like. I'll go get some snacks and drinks. Ah, no need. So many seconds. Before you could turn down the offer, Bowen proceeds into the kitchen, but not before putting on the record player next to him on the way. The gentle tune fills the room, and Yohee cannot stop herself from lightly swaying her body to the rhythm. What a cozy song, let me see. Dance and Dreams, I think. Rearrangement of a classic piece. What was it called again? Wait, let me have a look. Yeah, that's the name. Rearrangement of the piano piece, Rev d'Amour. It's quite popular as a holiday song these days. How do you know this stuff? Played in the shop, I played a part-time that. He reads about the piece on a terminal as Nagan and Xenia chatter, taking in the living room's furnishings. Soon after, the rich aroma of butter and cinnamon comes drifting forth from the kitchen. Is it cinnamon rolls? That would be really funny. Cinnamon rolls has a very funny little thing going on in this game. Behind the law of this game. Oh. Oh, that's buttercreams and cinnamon biscuits. Impressive. Being able to tell from the smell alone. Pretty familiar with what different sweets smell like. I got these from Passion. Have you heard of the place? Passion. You flips through the messages on the phone. That's the place Sharkery Sunday was talking about. It's pretty famous here in LEBO 1. It's positioned on a shopping street, and there's often people queuing up outside. Don't be shy. Eat whatever you like. I bought plenty. Sorry. What? Is it not to your taste? No, I just do work-related dancing. I need to watch my weight. Dogs can get fat. We can't, but the other dancers all control their weight. I want to learn from them and train my mental fortitude this way. I see. What a shame. What an odd decision. Barn places the tray of cookies on the table. Just as he lets go, Lumi runs over with an immense excitement. Cookie, Passion, cookie! There you go. Don't go throwing it about. Barn caresses Lumi's shell, picking up a biscuit and placing it on Lumi's round head. I think that has a gastro module. Nah, no. I just like to sate Lumi's curiosity. Can't actually eat. Seems like you two get along really well. You don't treat it like a robot at all, with the way you touch its head so often. Is that so? Lumi's it's something my late wife left behind. Its existence is special to me. Ah, the lady who loved flowers, right? Jeez, I'm sorry. It's fine, no need. Bound smiles bitterly, taking a sip from his teacup. Before doll technology became common, my wife was dedicated to the field of machine learning and led a research team for the integration of AI with robotics. But even after she passed from illness, the program never managed to break past its technological bottleneck. Because of the lack of progress on the technological level, the funds for the program were eventually cut, and things came to an end. Lumi was the first sample my wife created, and the only prototype. Did you keep Lumi to continue developing it? My field of research is not the same as my wife's. I have added many functions to Lumi that are my own research, but there's nothing I can do for the AI in it. My work can hardly be called development. To me, its growth is more like that, like a little kid's. I teach you what I know, bit by bit. Lumia is very important to me. A certain gentleness appears in Professor Bound's face as he speaks of Lumia and his wife. You suddenly get a feeling that she shouldn't interrupt his reminiscence. Regrettably, Xenia takes no note of the conversational atmosphere over here, her attention captured by the flowers used in the indoors furnishing. Lumia is pretty impressive, though. It was this good back then? Yeah, the security bots from security management aren't on the same level at all. It's nothing compared to the dolls of today, but back then Lumia had a high-performance AI for sure. Just think of it as a product of things now obsolete. See. Right, I nearly forgot why I was here. Professor, about the artificial snow. Could you tell me why you need this artificial snow and what you plan to use it for? Why? Mincing words a little, Yohee tucks her hand away behind her back, running her index fingers together. Me and the others in my dance squad have performance that's very important to us coming up. I wanted to add some falling snow in the middle of the routine to give it a little more oomph. Even with the proliferation of the collapse radiation, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be ever, not even. Ever since the proliferation of collapse radiation, people haven't had the chance to see new white snow. The fantasy of snow is a key element for our dance's very essence. So I wanted there to be snow at the climax of the routine, even for just a minute. Looks like this is a quest I can't say no to. Eh? He looks at Bound in surprise. If it's in a small radius for a short time, I can be there for tech support. I think Lumi should be able to manage it. I can use this chance to get another round of experimental data. I'm sure that data gathered in a practical scenario will be valuable. Perfect. Thank you, Professor. Yohee jumps with joy, a blush spreading across her cheeks. Not so fast. My agreement alone is not enough. It might sound a little silly, but I would like to respect Lumi's wishes. As a doll, I'm truly happy to meet someone who respects and loves machines like you do. So long as you do not mind, Lumi. Come here, please. Lumi? I saw it run upstairs with a cookie on its head. Should I help you fetch it? That's alright. I'll go along. Dawn walks upstairs, but descends alone 5 minutes later. Sorry, did you really see it go upstairs? I can't find it anywhere. Yeah, I saw it too. Didn't run off again. Let's not jump to conclusions, Professor. You take another look inside and I'll help look around the outside. Xenia and I will help as well. The flower you gave us is precious, and we can't just take them for free. Wait, I gotta go too? What, are you not coming? Well, my seniors already agreed, so I must follow our tracks. Sorry to bother with you with this again. No, I was just joking earlier. Please don't pay any mind, Professor. If we make any discoveries, we'll contact you immediately. Next. After leaving Professor Bound's home, the group returns to the street side. Sorry, excuse me. There's so many people here. Just why is this place so packed? This is the commercial district after all. The place ahead is where you sign up for the competition too. The sign-up area is decked out with special decorations. Whether you plan to participate or not, you should go take a look. I first ran into Lumi in a populated area too. Could it have? If it really starts running amok, things could get really bad. Just good things are audible. Why? That's not great. Hang on. Why is this not in streamer mode? That is quite annoying. How do I manually enable that again? There. That should do it, theoretically. I think. Okay. Lumi asked for a cinnamon biscuit from the professor earlier. Is there a chance it could have made its way to the dessert shop? The shop happens to be on the street, too. How about we split up and check both locations? I'll go to the dessert shop. I promised Shaki somebody that I'd take some photos of the shop for her, so it works out for me. I'll be able to scope out the place, but in a way. I should go with my good senior here to the dessert place. There's too many people around in the sign-up area. It'll reduce the efficiency on the search. Clearly taps the top of her head, hinting Yohee that Nagant's short stature would make her disappear in a crowd. Clearly, you're having a dig at me again, aren't you? No way. I'd be more willing to walk a few extra steps to the dessert shop for the sake of my senior. Suppose I believe you. We'll be off, Yohee. Let's meet back up here in 20 minutes. Yeah, see you then. Yohee temporarily separates from the two, traversing a cramped street and moving towards the sign-up area. The sign-ups are situated on a plaza in front of the building akin to a shopping mall. Alongside the sign-up kiosk is a series of stalls that add to the holiday atmosphere, decorated with flowers and souvenirs in a pleasant manner. Why is my tracking so fucky today? That is very weird. One moment. It's kind of closing my eye over and over, which is annoying. Finally here. Felt like I was going to be squished flat. Could it be here? Rather, there's a little doll dancing on this music box. Do you know what these are called? One name's good a toy half. Let's go home. Yohee looks towards the music box the girl gestured at. A piece of holiday merchandise on display at one of the stalls. Inside a glass shell is a miniature stage with 2 gift boxes. Upon being opened, a stout teddy bear and a cute doll of a girl take the stage, beginning to turn. The doll that dances with a teddy bear. The stage inside is pretty intricate for how small the music box is. Yohee stares for a moment at the spinning box, getting lost in it. Dance! Yeah, they're dancing! Lumi? At the sound of a familiar voice, Yohee spins on a dime to find Lumi on a few spaces away from her with a few people between them. Dance, dance, snowing, snowing! Excuse me. Sorry, I really need to get through. Don't run, Lumi. Tries Lumi might to get through the crowd of people. Lumi still slips through the fingertips while pirouetting. Just like the little teddy bear inside the music box, but spewing out white foam all the while. Well, what's all this wet stuff? Whose robot is this? Don't let it run around! Ah, stop spewing that stuff already. Snowing, big snow. Lumi ejects a massive quantity of foam as the people packed into the space begin to jostle and shove. What is that? Don't get it on me. The hell is the white stuff? Stay away! Sorry, I'm sorry, that's my... Please, excuse me, thank you. Executing a perfect series of maneuvers, Yohee managed to pin Lumi to the ground without injuring anyone nearby. Before the security robots could notify and arrest Lumi, Yohee managed to make a way out of the crowd still covered in foam. For the sake of keeping the clothes clean, the passerby managed to clear a path. Keep a proper eye on your robots for the love of... I'm really sorry. Criminal, snowing, snowing! No snowing. Just hold on for a second, Lumi. Right, I should contact Nagant and Ksenia. Yohee immediately produces a terminal calling Nagant. Nagant, Ksenia, I found Lumi. This quickly? We're not even at the dessert shop. Send you my location. Come quickly. I'm afraid it'll... Snow! Run. Whoa. What happened? Are you right, Yohee? It ran away again. I loosened my grip for just a moment. How's it so good at running? Does it have a marathon runner's data ingrained into its AI? It's like things are getting more complicated. No, this is just one part of looking for Lumi. Think of your flowers and stop complaining already. Come, let's go where Yohee is. The trio chased Lumi across this three entire street districts, but failed to catch the nimble little robot, only managing to tire themselves out in the process. Hi, Leaf. Excuse me? Unfortunately, I have neither to offer. The two chase Lumi across the... yeah. Yeah. Damn it, it's so good at running. Where'd it go? Nagan, did you see it go to what? Like this? Eh? You immediately pivots at the sounds. Before she can react, Lumi spews out a stream of foam. Her vision module's feed is immediately filled with white, obscuring her vision completely. I can't see. Stupid stubby. Stop running. Xenia, it's going in your direction. Stop it. Man, a beat. It's just too fast. Xenia blocks Lumi's path of escape. The other quickly adjusts, squirming underneath a nearby stall's table. It runs into the table's leg, shaking, disturbing the wares for sale on it. Nagan makes it over in time, stabilizing the structure. Why, you got eyes or not? Watch it! Sorry, boss. Ah, Xenia, go quickly. We can't lose it again. There's enough people over there to make up a wall. Say, you got any gadgets up in your pocket that can make me fly? Do you have one of those hats with a propeller on them that can make people fly in your collection? That kind of thing doesn't exist. I wouldn't have it even if it did. Hand on her hat, Nagan managed to get out of a massive crowd with some effort. Just as she moves to continue the pursuit, she finds herself on the pedestrian crossing in the middle of the road. Can she and you? No. No biting. No biting, no eating, no cooking. Simple. Nagan, look out! The lights are red! Huh? A car blasts by, almost blowing Nagan's hat off her head with the wind in its wake. You got a death wish! Sorry. Nagan apologizes, moving back to the side of the crossing. Yohee and Xenia make their way over. This is bad. And the guys nowhere to be found. Nagan, did you see where Lumi ran? I didn't see, sorry. The phone trail's gone too. It's bad. The city's so big, it's going to be impossible to pin it down. Well, I'm sure there's another way. Let me think. Hey, isn't that a camera over there? How about we hack into the city's CCTV and see if it's called Lumi? What are you thinking? That's illegal! Well, our circumstances are unique. So long as we're careful and don't get caught, it'll be fine. No, it won't. How can a law enforcement officer like you know what the laws and still break them? But we're not doing anything bad with the CCTV. As long as we don't get caught, no one will know we have access to those systems. If no one knows, then have we ever really been there at all? No means no. No more of your delusions. But if we just let Lumi roam the streets, it might cause even more trouble. Isn't just letting it be a direction of duty? Well, it's not like I mind. Easier to do nothing. Nagan furrows a brow. Think of the action movies. In order to defeat evil, the protagonist must step into the shadows, pitch black as they may be, right? I suppose that's how it goes, but... Well, while a certain someone has been fence-sitting, Yohee's already on the move. Yohee nods, already working on a hacking program. Built out a series of suitable injection molds. Wouldn't you try anything that can help us find Lumi? If the security system catches us, then I'll just hack the security system too. Why is she so scary all of a sudden? I think she's filled with a desire to fight, my good senior. Well, since we're here already, we might as well help. Supervise her. We can't be using the CCTV for anything other than finding Lumi. Alright, come on, Grandma. Let's get a move on. Return from eating Alfredo. Good. Hope it was good. Inside level 2. I have access to the CCTV systems. Good work. Xenia, you help look for Lumi. I'll keep an eye on the security. We need to be careful. Even more work. Please do remember to pay me for overtime. As if I can afford to. Keep all the money from reselling the flowers if you really insist. No, I was just kidding. Getting more of this goody two-shoes attitude. Unbelievable. What are you supposed to do about this? Everyone, I found something. You found Lumi? No, just some videos of Lumi. From a few days ago by the looks of it. Can I have a look? Of course. Xenia begins to individually inspect the file sent over by Yohee. That's alright, not my favourite food, that's alright. Yeah. Look here, that's Lumi hanging around the sign-up area in the commercial district, right? It's just doing donuts there. It's shown up in it's shown up there several times too. A strange system error to have. Nothing's out of the question when it's an error, I suppose. That's going to bother the pedestrians again. Look at the foam on the lawns over there too. That's ought to be Lumi's work. The professor's probably spent a pretty penny paying off fines for its sake. Old Dad really loves this kid, huh? Why does it move in a pattern like this? Yohee goes around like the possibilities with a hand on her chin. Before she can come to any conclusion, Nagan's warning arrives. Security's on to us. Yeah, it's so good without some proper espionage tools. Espionage? That's the first thing you think of? You really... Please, is it really the time to berate me for this? Think of something quickly or we're going to be busted. Security program's about to find us. Yohee, have you found Lumi? 2 more files left to check. I'll be done in just a moment. There, Lumi's last location. An abandoned building in Zone E3. Alright, let's get out of here quickly. The moment before the security program raises the alarm, the 3 cut off the connection, making a clean getaway. Well then. Spending off annoying security programs and climbing abandoned buildings at this advanced age of mine, my goodness. Didn't you say it was good to get limber once in a while? Yeah, an appropriate amount, but not to this extent. Yohee, are you sure Lumi is here? Yeah, its last appearance was entering this place, with no records of it leaving. I think the chances that it's still here are good. The building's construction seems to have been cut off right after its roof was erected. Unfurnished windows adorn the bottle concrete walls like black holes. The structure's reinforcing iron framework is visible in countless places. Ah, I see some traces of the foam. This should be the place. Who knows where Lumi's hiding? This building has more than a dozen floors. We'll just have to go floor by floor. These stairs are the only serviceable ones here. If Lumi hasn't left the building, we'll be able to find it. Does the professor know about this? I sent him the coordinates just a moment ago. He said he'll be here soon. Let's move up a floor. There's nothing here. Wait, over there are the stairs. Is that Lumi? Lumi leaps at the entry to the stairway, running upwards after Nagan looks over. Stop right there, criminal scum. Nagan gets chased. Lumi runs away, spewing foam upon the stairs as it moves. Damn, Stubby, I'm gonna catch you. Ah, look out, underneath you. Huh? Underneath? What? Why am I off the ground? Whoa. Slipping on the bubbles, Nagan tumbles down the stairway. Yohee immediately approaches, helping Nagan up. Thanks. Are you alright, Nagan? I'm not young like you lot are, but it's just a flight of stairs. I don't break that easily. Nagan touches her own head, lightly giving her hat a pat after making sure it's still on her head, and exhaling a sigh of relief. Jeez, be careful. It really must be old. Can't even avoid a trap set by a little kid. If you go by when the systems were created, Lumi might actually be older than you. I mean mental age. Mental age! I can't help but worry a little. Are you really okay? My frame's fine. Look at... all of my limbs are perfectly good. Nagan stands up, flexing her body and hopping on the spot. So long as she still has a hat, she'll be alright. Come on, let's go catch that nasty little kid that doesn't respect the elders. The trio carefully moves upstairs, following Lumi to the abandoned building's roof. Lumi walks in circles across the empty space, quickly running toward the edge at the side of the Yohee. Lumi, no more of this nonsense. Professor's been worried, looking for you all over. Come back home with us. Lumi ignores Yohee, edging ever closer to the edge of the sprints. Without any safety railings in place at the top level of this abandoned building, Lumi's only a few steps away from falling over the edge. Come back, it's dangerous. We're on the 12th floor. What did... Okay, we need to draft up a rescue plan and ensure Lumi's safety. A rescue plan? I don't think we need to railroad ourselves like that. It's easy enough to get it to come over here. What's that head of yours come up with? Well, Lumi's a little kid at the end of the day. All we need is something that it's interested in to lure it over. Ah, then what is Lumi interested in? Candy? Toys? I think that's about it for what kids are attracted by. Those things are a bit too mundane, aren't they? Lumi isn't a real little kid after all. For robots, new batteries? Machine maintenance memberships? Those are just your favorites. What do you think Lumi likes then? Nagan thinks for a moment, seemingly coming to a conclusion. She confidently takes the frontmost position, putting her hands on her hips. Come back, Lumi. If you listen like a good kid, I'll buy you a nice hat for you. That's just what you like, dumbass. Lumi cares not for grants, please. The air almost freezes solid, and suns dominates for a moment. Lumi's not you. Why would you be interested in hats? Then I'll go with this. Nagan makes a weird face at Lumi. Nagan only matters to scare Lumi, who moves to get closer to the edge. That's no good. Let me handle this. Xenia rummages through her pocket, pulling a piece of candy out in the shape of a diamond on a ring. She waves it around in front of Lumi. Shiny, shiny! Lumi takes a few steps away from the edge, interested. There we go. See, of course little kids like shiny things. That's certainly a way to put it. Kids aren't drunk sleeping on piles of gold. Close enough. Ah, no, it stopped again. Xenia shakes the ring again, but Lumi's unswayed, returning to the roof's edge. Ah, it doesn't work anymore. Heh, of course you have no experience dealing with children, young as you are. Watch me. Nagan begins a series of strange movements, crossing arms in front of her chest. The hero of justice, Super Galaxy Man. Sure. Lumi stares at Nagan, tilting its head. Hey, what are you doing? I'm doing Galaxy Man's routine. Don't kids like those kind of shows? You're the only one here who's a fan of that old pre-war stuff here. See, Lumi isn't interested at all. It's okay. I've got one more trick up my sleeve. Here, the Earth Defense Squad's badge. Sure. Nagan produces a pin in the shape of a star, raising it up to her head. Paint's falling off that thing. Where the hell did you get it? The thrift store? Is that so? Never mind where I got it from. No little kid can resist superhero match. Come on, Lumi, get over here. This awesome badge is waiting for you. Star! Lumi moves a few steps toward the three, but quickly loses interest, returning to its previous position. Another failure. Can't be. What kind of kid doesn't like superhero stuff? When I was a kid, I didn't like any superhero stuff. Found it very boring. Apart from the first and second Iron Man movies. Though that's mostly because it was war. There's no real saying that it has to be the case, right? We'll need to use more direct methods. Then, let's just grab Lumi. Nagan lowers into a running stance. Just before she sets off, Yohee's terminal begins to ring. Music, present. Lumi approaches again, far more interested than before. Hold on, Lumi's coming over again. Oh, it's because of Yohee's ringtone. That's the track the professor was playing on the vinyl player back at his house, right? Yeah, that's mine. I thought it was a nice tune, so I said it was my ringtone. Ah, a call from Sharky Sunday. Don't answer just yet. Look at Lumi. Lumi stops its steps as it hears the music. It quiets down, gradually beginning to spin on the spot. What's it doing? Can't be sure, but I feel like it's almost dancing. Can't be it, right? I don't have any neural records of a type of dance that's just spinning around. But look, it's spinning exactly to the beat. If that's the case, I'm sorry, Sharky Sunday. To keep the music playing, Yohee declines the call, picking up wherever the ringtone left off on a terminal. The gentle tune draws Lumi even further, like a child in a lovely dream. Yohee slowly moves backwards with the terminal in hand. Lumi follows as it spins, leaving the roof's edge. Now, as Lumi is distracted by the music, Nagan and Xenia flank it on both sides. Producing a rope from her bag, Nagan quickly hog-ties Lumi. Phew, thank goodness I brought the rope just in case. This'll only work for a little bit, right? A kid's tantrum after waking up amplifies the normal tempo, you know? Just tying it up won't do. We need to make sure that Lumi won't go out of control again. Then the only thing we can do is get the control permissions to Lumi right now. Goodness. I'm really on holiday. 10 times the normal overtime rate would not cover the effort I've put in today. Yohee and Xenia rush to Nagan's side. Despite their very vocal complaints, Xenia quickly joins in the others in level 2, accessing Lumi's systems. Shadow pieces of data drift through level 2. Is there going to be some thing of, like, memories of his wife or something? Yohee extends a hand to touch one such piece, but to no avail. The data fragment passes through Yohee, meandering into the distance. The ground beneath them, made of coagulated data, begins to fade and ebb. All fluttery and fluffy, like snow. Is this Lumi's world? Level 2s aren't usually like this at all. I'd say that it comes down to Lumi's model, system, and ports being sold are causing incompatibility with dolls. Our environment here is becoming unstable too. Yeah, we better find Lumi's logic hub and grab the control permissions. Staying here for an extended period of time might be dangerous. Yeah, he's right. My senses are tingling. Everyone, over there, on the right. Are those weird-shaped things approaching us? The group looks over in the direction that Nagant indicates. Behind a shining stream of electricity, information fragments congregate, forming dangerous shapes. Where'd they come from? There's so many! Judging by the shape, they might be viruses. Only viruses can produce such a massive blobs of error data. They're not viruses. Look over there. Nagant looks over to see the data fragments assembling to become new enemies. These enemies are all converted from normal data and happen to be in a cache area in Lumi systems. I get it, it's data overflow. Yeah, the fragments are all legitimate data in and of themselves, but because of sheer size and data destruction algorithms, they're taking up a lot of the cache. Judging by the current circumstances, these chunks of data are reflowing into Lumi's operational space. Also, those pieces of data are the reason Lumi's going out of control. Then it was a weapon with a flourish, firing 2 shots towards the enemies formed from streams of data. The shattered fragments spray in countless directions. Hearing an explanation, the gun stops her own forehead. Ah, yeah, that's it! I mean, of course, the young should be knowledgeable about these things. Good, good. Behind you. Don't just touch my hand, willy-nilly. Nagant destroys the enemy with a single punch. The data fragments fly in all directions, scattered in an instant. Nice swing there. I'm not a veteran in name only. Bang, Nagant. They're reassembling themselves. What? Nagant takes a brisk few steps backwards. The data fragments reconvene, forming a cube. The two face off for a dozen seconds, but the cube does not express any desire to attack. Is it not an enemy? This cube's kind of familiar. Is it? It's a gift box, right? It's shaped like one. The bow tie on the top is mimicking a packaging ribbon, right? It's attacking us just a second ago. Why is it forming a gift box now? Is Lumi trying to tell us something? Who knows? With so much erroneous data here, it's impossible to predict how Lumi will act. There might be something inside the box. Let me have a look. Wait, Yohee, don't touch it just yet. Yohee reaches for the box. The moment she makes contact, a gap appears on the top of the box. A holographic projection soon appears. Okay. It depicts a lively woman pushing a door wide open. She runs towards her husband who walks in her direction, hugging him tightly. I did bone. A prototype. I've got a prototype! Renee turns around to shake the camera holder's hand, waving at her husband. A stubby robotic foot can be seen, the seams of its metallic plates joined with new shiny bolts. Come say hello, Lumi! The camera angle begins to shift and move, accompanied by the sound of mechanical motors as the surroundings come into view. I can only make a few simple sounds right now, but it'll be the future of AI. Professor Brown, you'll have to redouble your efforts on your research project. The somewhat blurry video takes in the environment of the happily smiling couple. Owner info updated. Renee Candela, Bone Candela. The video cuts off. The gift box splits into pieces, scattering to the wind and mixing into the surrounding streams of data. Was the man Professor Bone? And the woman ought to be his wife. Her name's Renee. Most likely. But these video files should be in a storage drive. It's all mixed up in the cache, so it follows that Lumi's data processing has gone wrong somewhere. If you can solve the data overflow problem, Lumi might be able to go back to normal. Yeah, but I'm a little curious why these data fragments are turned into a gift box. Look, there's more ahead. The fragments are coalescing again. Huh? Another box? Yohee approaches the newly formed gift box. That's the second time now. I can't help but feel there's some kind of meaning to this. Hard to guess what a silly kid is thinking. Might as well see what's inside this time. Yohee touches the box's surface. A projection appears just like before. The image this time is much clearer. The room lights off. Moonlight spills in from the outside, exceptionally bright in the darkness. Renee sits in a rocking chair by the window, with Bowen at her side. The unknown amount of time that had passed left its mark on them. Be it shallow or deep, Renee appears a little more sickly than before. Sorry, work tied me up a little. Sorry for being late. I brought some flowers. I handed some work over to my assistant. From tomorrow on, I should have a lot more free time. Renee accepts a bouquet with a smile, the white flowers inside akin to a patches of pure white snow. I know you've been busy. It's alright. Has the project been progressing as normal? Naturally. Artificial snow has been established, and is now seeking investments. That's the project's full realization. It might still need some time, but there's hope now. I really do miss it, the snow we had when we were little. Do you think we'll be able to see it again? Of course. We'll have pure white snow falling from the sky again. You, me, Lumi, and everyone else will be able to have this blessing from the sky. It'll be my gift to you. At the sound of his own name, the hold of the camera wobbles a little. Snowing! Snowing! Mechanically repeating the words, it approaches the couple a little. Bowen, Lumi and the snow were both my wishes, but it looks like I will have to leave it to you to fulfill them. Bowen crouches, taking his wife's hand and gently kissing it. There was a time. My research went unnoticed by everyone, except you. Only you would discuss it with me deep into the night. From the moment I asked for your hands, your wishes have been mine as well. I only wish that this program could move along faster, just a little bit. The camera turns towards the window. The moon had already sequestered itself behind the clouds, and even the stars are difficult to perceive. The voice goes muffled. The image flashes a few times before the projection cuts off again. So the snow and Lumi were both Renee's wishes. He hasn't stopped in all those years, even after Renee's passing. No wonder Lumi's so important to him. You do realize that this was filmed a long time ago, right? Yeah, the professor looks way younger than he is now. I've got a good guess. When Lumi was built, the technology wasn't as developed. In order to allow it to learn by itself, Renee set it to intake information as frequently as possible. Unfortunately, the filtering and selection of the intake seems to be flawed. So it cannot judge for itself which information should be retained and which should be deleted? Yeah, and the professor's field of study is different. Chances are he doesn't dare to modify Lumi's programming without a very good reason, and so he would never have figured out that the problems are caused by his internal conflict. That makes sense. The professor has been loading Lumi with more and more information these years too. If its ability to organize and tidy up data is far lesser than its intake, the system's operational capacity is bound to be taken up. It follows that Lumi keeps having failures even after the repairs each time. Still confused about one thing though. Just now, these projections have appeared via the form of gift boxes. Once would be written off as a coincidence, but there are countless forms that gathering data logically takes. The odds are just too low. There must be some deeper logic. Could be that there's a gift Lumi wants. So, if we give the correct gift to Lumi, like appeasing child, the problem might go away. Do we really need to go down that rabbit hole, my good senior? The data overflow is pretty severe. The entirety of level 2 is messed up, and we can't predict its actions using normal logic. Yeah. Our priorities are still to continue toward the control center and acquire the control permissions. When the professor can run some checks, and maybe then we'll have the answers. The control center is right up ahead. It's just way too quiet here. I haven't heard people anything. The defense systems are quiet too. State overflow enemies from before haven't appeared again either. There might be an ambush. Oh, just don't say those things. If there really was... Nagang, Senya, over to the right. Senya is interrupted by Yohee. A hulking beast comes into the purview of her vision models. The great machine spins in place. Senya's attention is pulled to the giant gift box floating above its head. A crowd of smaller defense bots gather around the massive beast. I knew it would turn out like this. It's so tall. Judging by the vision model's feedback, it should be around 5 meters tall. Can't help but its feet looks familiar. The way it turns around too. Could this thing be Lumi? There are some similarities, but only a few. Maybe the corrupted data is influencing things. Why would Lumi appear in its own level 2, though? This should be the form the system the firewall takes. The gift box then should be the system's core. Lumi protecting the gift is in reality the firewall, protecting the system core. What is it with the gift boxes? Yeah, you was probably right about this one. See, young'un, better to slow down a little sometimes. Yes, I understand. If the gift box is some sort of hint from Lumi, then what's it really trying to get across? Everything it does is completely devoid of logic. There's nothing to be deduced here. We can ponder that after the control towers. We should think about how to get past the firewall first. Gift. Before the trio closes the distance, the massive Lumi suddenly stops spinning. Countless data fragments emerge, flying towards it. Lumi's body becomes even larger, affected by the fragments. Our presence here must be making the system's errors more severe. Can't let this continue. Our Lumi's original base code will be influenced as well. Senior, Yohee, let's go. Yeah, we'll deal with the defense bots first and then focus on Lumi. They got nods, and the three approach the defense systems together. You've already done that one, too. Renee looks even weaker than before. The veins upon her shriveled arms pop outwards, with a jarring intravenous line connected to it. Renee struggles to keep her eyes open, her exhalations forming a thin layer of mist in the mask she wears. The television in front of her plays a dated recording. In the recording, a girl places her hand on a young gentleman's waist, and the two proceed towards the dance floor. Lumi. The camera moves close to Renee at the sound. A shriveled hand slowly reaches over. Sorry. The project will have to continue without me. And Bo and Snow. The recording draws in Renee's attention. She fails to continue her sentence. And the television, she moves to the music with Maon, still young and lively. A flower in full bloom rests upon her breast. To the tune of Dance and Dreams, the swaying hems of Renee's dress Renee's dress form lilting green waves in the air. That year, the man who knew only research, at the Winter Ball, he asked me for this first dance with a red face. Lumi, if it were possible, I really would like to have one more dance with him. To watch the first snowfall, to see the white all around, even for just a second. Not long ago, the defense machines destroyed by Yohee and the others had formed a new gift box. Its contents revealed themselves to them upon a touch. The video recording ends. The gift box turned into fragments, flying towards the giant Lumi. Yohee redirects all of her computational power, going over all the information she collected. Gifts, no dancing. I got it. I understand it all now. Yohee's voice attracts Nagan's attention. Yohee, have you found anything yet? Yeah, we're putting too much thought into it. The gift box doesn't mean that it wants a present. All of this data might not even be uncleared clutter, but something that Lumi treasures as a gift. To it, every day it's spent with the professor and his wife who are present. So it just keeps taking in more and more information until its systems failed? That's not all it is. All of Lumi's operational logic is in the recordings. It isn't spinning around for no reason, nor is it a prank. Lumi... Don't just stand around there and talk, look at it. Lumi raises its arm stiffly, spewing out a slurry of data fragments. It falls upon the three like descending snow, beginning to bury them. It gets snow level 2? Stay away to... Need to make it stop. Oh! Vertically disadvantaged. Now, gonna soon buried by the avalanche-like data. Vertically disadvantaged. That's a great way of saying that. I'll keep that in mind for many people. Like Artie, Fox, Aka. Many people. Only her arms remain visible, grasping at the air. Hey, my good senior. See the height of your flaws now? Bah. Then he grabs Nagan's hand, pulling her up with some effort. To be treated like a card by my junior at this age. Lawbreaker, lawbreaker, snowing, snowing. The overflow's getting worse. We need to make it stop. What can we... I know, music, dance and dreams. Xenia, help me pull it up, please. Okie dokie, make sure you pay the fee. Hurry up. Soon after, level 2 is filled with beautiful music. As the tracks begins to play, Lumi's data-spewing pace slows down. Snowing, dance, gift. Oh, it's working. Lumi seems to remember this. Reki, I have to apologize. I will actually refund these points for you. At the moment that it pops up in my... Why is it not there? Odd. The thing is that while I'm playing GFL, it doesn't really make sense for me to do the German thing. Hi, Reki, though. Why is that not... One moment. How do I get there again? Fuck. Uh, hmm. What? No, 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 that's not what I want to do. I always forget where the mod view is. Like the full-on mod view. I barely ever use it. Shit. Funny. I just... Apparently 2 hours ago I got a notification that I've made my path to affiliate. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I've made that years ago. Not what I'm looking for right now, though. There we go. Why is it not showing that one? Very weird. Apparently I can't even refund you those points. That just feels bad now. Tell you what. Next time that I'm playing something where I'm fine with that, you get to do it for free. Just remind me of it. Because, again, unfortunately, when I'm playing a game like this, I do need to kind of speak English to make myself understood and, go through the story bit. Kind of defeats the purpose. Do wonder why I can't refund that one. Hmm. Let me see. Hmm. Uh. Ah, okay. I see, I see. I fixed that. That's good, but at the same time, that's not good because it's now not in the list. And I can't refund you. Next time I can. Sorry. What's next? A more direct approach? Xenia wants a weapon in her hand, but Yohee shakes her head. No, that might stimulate Louis' already unstable systems more and cause a total breakdown. We need to release its control permission by itself. Get it to do that of its own volition. What do we do? I want to give Lumi a present. Please, help me. Yohee picks out a passage from a neural records. The scene from when Professor Baum mentioned Lumi in his home, while the scent of butter cookies drifted through the air. Yes, yes, yes. Will that bit work? I don't know, but I have to try. Please, help me out. With Nagat and Ksenia's assistance, the neural records are packaged as a data fragment. Shining with electric light, the fragment is placed in a virtual gift box and delivered to the massive Lumi. Please, Mr. Lumi, accept this gift of ours. I'm sure you can feel the Professor and his wife's unspoken wishes. The thing it's most familiar with. As the music ends, the giant Lumi completely settles down. The data within the tiny little box entered the massive gift box above Lumi. Not long after, the gift box protected so desperately cracks, with countless data fragments bleeding outwards. The larger fragments crackle again, turning into drifting snow, proliferating through the unkempt level 2. Is something wrong with my vision modules? Is there protection on those fragments in the air? Your vision modules aren't that old yet. Those are the records of Lumi's life with the professor and his wife up there. Don't take the opportunity to mock me. Lagan puts her hands on Ksenia's shoulder, but their attention is soon pulled away by a blurry image upon a fragment. On a bright and pleasant afternoon, Professor Baum takes his wife's hand, strolling along a small garden path. In the living room's gentle light, Renee and Professor Baum together inspect Lumi's frame. Bathed in moonlight, Renee turns around to call out two figures, one large and one small. Lumi really was fond of those two. The friends are gone. This place looks like it's going back to normal too. Lumi's accepted it. It's releasing its control rights. Yep, I've already got the permissions. Currently removing the firewall's quarantine program. We're about 15 seconds out from having the permissions in full. Lumi won't be moving about randomly after this. Good work. Let's head out and have take a closer look at Lumi. After the quarantine program's deactivation, Nagan and Xenia take their leave. Yohee takes one more look at the images upon the data fragments before cutting off the connection too. It's finally over. Lumi won't go rogue again, right? I don't think my old bones can handle being put through the ringer like that again. Most likely not. I restarted Lumi after getting the permissions, and the overflowing data in its cache should have been cleared out for now. There won't be any abnormalities in the short term, but if the algorithms aren't improved, as time goes on, there might be an overflow of data again. But that'll be none of our business. We really had to put it in way too much effort for those flowers the Professor promised us. What a terrible deal. I feel like a lizard, body temperature low. Need a rock to warm my body. Get a heated blanket, maybe? I don't know. Personally, over where I am, it's really warm. Today it's been like 25 degrees, which is spicy for a work day. It would be nice weather if I wasn't working, but I am, so. No, we're not done yet. Yohee walks towards a still-bound Lumi, gently undoing the ropes. It might go off again. It's better to leave it tied up, no? It should be fine, right? Yohee pats Lumi's round head. Free of restraints, Lumi begins to slowly spin again. Why is it doing that again? It's alright. Lumi just wants to tell the Professor about the wishes that Renee left with it at a time of year where there should be snow. That's what the holiday present it wanted to give the Professor and late Renee. So that's what it was. Why does it keep running away, though? Because it saw a doll dancing inside a music box. Huh? You two, look at this first. Yohee sends the video contents of the last gift box to Nagant and Xenia. Lumi isn't loaded with any knowledge relevant to dancing, so as far as it knows, that little doll's dancing might very well be the same thing the Professor dancing with his wife in that recording. Perhaps because it recalled a similar scene, Lumi assessed those records sitting inside its systems. It wants to tell the Professor about his wife's final wishes, but it also wants to give the bits and pieces it's collected over 2 years to the Professor, who has been missing his wife, as a gift. But it cannot accurately express itself because of system errors, and thus often falls into confusion, inadvertently causing trouble. So it's been spinning around like that because it's imitating the doll it saw. And that's how it wanted to tell the Professor? Xenia gestures at Lumi, still spinning in circles. Maybe, yeah, that's what the dance means. To speak for those who cannot, to help those who cannot hear... who cannot feel, what does that mean? I think it's just to hear, question mark? To help those who cannot hear. To entrust stories to those who are watching. Is its AI really that advanced? You don't just concern yourself with those things at a time like this, you stupid brat. Yohee stares at Lumi for a moment, suddenly raising her head and balling her hands into her fists. I'm going to help it. With what? You're going to help it dance for the Professor. I don't imagine that will be easy. It'll be hard for anyone to glean anything from at all from the spinning. And there's no way you'll be able to sync your dancing stuff with it. Its ports are outdated, and we just messed up its systems real good. It's impressive that it's not having a breakdown. What do we do then? How about you just show the Professor the footage you got, Yohee? That won't do. Yohee shakes her head vigorously. Lumi must express its wishes to the Professor on its own. Let me think. Since there are no robotic shortcuts we can take, let's use a more human approach. Yohee temporarily stops Lumi in its tracks. Yeah. Hold on, I'll help you. Do as I do. Remember this well. Recalling the dance move she saw in the projection, Yohee begins to play the music again. She begins with a starting pose, progressing into an elegant dance routine. The dainty figure's flowing contours make up a familiar sight to Lumi, whose full attention is now drawn to Yohee. Gradually, Lumi begins to move as well. It fully concentrates on imitating Yohee's movements, clumsily extending its arms. Even with the steps simplified, Lumi moves nothing like Yohee. I can at least tell it's supposed to be dancing. That's a pretty good start for Lumi. Found you. Bound's voice comes from behind the three. He comes to a stop, doubled over with hands on his knees, catching his breath. At his age, climbing up the stairs probably took considerable effort, rather than exhaustion, though. His countenance was full of surprise and sentiment. Without a single word spoken, the music and dance take him back to that ball that year. Lumi clumsily turns around, occasionally spewing out bits of foam as if having errors. Some of it falls upon Bowen's glasses. He takes them off. Blurry as the surroundings might be to him, he clearly sees the figure of his late wife. Clad in a formal dress with an arm wrapped around Lumi, she extends a hand towards him. The couple's romanticism of their youth had been long buried, but never melted away like the falling snow. Lumi runs over at the side of Bowen. It lightly bumps into his leg, pulling him out of his trip down memory lane. All this while, and never understood. Bowen leans down, grasping Lumi's front limbs, dancing to that familiar tune. Lumi spins rhythmically, activating a snow dispersion apparatus, spreading frosty snow through the abandoned building. I still don't know what to think of this entire story, because it's so weird and disjointed from the rest of the story and everything. But yeah, it's a story for sure. In stark contrast to all of the snow and everything we've been talking about, I'm going to incinerate an entire horde of enemies. Witness. Whoosh. And throw a grenade and we're done. Ta-da! And one more map, and then we have one more bit of story to go through. And that'll be the entire event. As a separate story, it's not bad. But it just doesn't feel like it's connected to the rest of it all. Shaka didn't even do anything but steals the spotlight. Come on. Yep. Hey, Miko. How you doing? Whoosh. Oh, we had a few more survivors. Doesn't really matter who you attack. Now, I will say that it will be funny to, first of all, kill these two. And because I hit two of them, and I have a Klukai V6, I can just do it again. Pop. There, all organized. Good work, Yohee. I should be the one saying that, Commander. All of the redundant data's gone, and I feel much better for it. Thank you. I prepared a present for this, actually. A present. No need, really. Keeping everyone in good shape is my duty as a commander. Oh, it's nothing expensive. I made it myself. Take it. Yohee retrieves a box from the shelf behind her, producing a flower pieced together with mechanical parts. The flower stem and calyx were constructed with levers and gears, the petals with gradient of copper, and the stamen with the smatterings of shattered crystal. Much time was dedicated to this present. Might this be hibiscus? Yeah, it's about that time of year, and I wanted to give you flowers too. I'm told that the hibiscus signifies gentleness and resilience. I wanted to use it to express my gratitude for your efforts in treating everyone gently, including me. But a metal flower will never wilt, which means that I'll never be separated from you. I accept the gently glinting metal flower, the faint light upon its petals warm and pleasant. Thank you. I'll treasure it. You said you have something else you wanted of me. What is it? Yeah, you mentioned earlier with Veple Sonbei and Shaku Sonbei, right? The part of the soul of the dancer's expression. I think so. With the understanding that you have of dance, you must watch them perform often. I might not be on the level yet, but the Sparkle Troop's performances have been getting great reviews from the public. Commander, you should come see us dance too. of course. But do I only need to watch? You think that's too easy, Commander? You should totally... then you should clap loudly and and liven up the atmosphere with everyone. Just kidding. So long as you enjoy yourself and feel what I'm trying to get across to you. His eyes shine with light. Hemien... What? Hemien? One of absolute passion? Such faith in remaining steadfast sways me as well. In a time as cruel as ours, this passion will forever be of inestimable value. Alright, I'll take you up on that. There she is again. And now we watch the last bit of story for the little robot. And I'm pretty sure that none of this has story, right? The Satellite City PLY-01's Convention Center open-air amphitheater on a clear evening. The city grows darker and darker, but... I feel like this music's familiar. Only becomes more lively. Proceeding backstage with VIP passes, Nagant and Ksenia find Yohee in the middle of placing the finished touches on the performance with Lumi and Professor Bowen. Yohee, we're here. Ah, the Professor's here too. Are the preparations for the upcoming performance complete? I'm finished with adjusting the equipment. Yep, everything's in place. I'm feeling good today. I won't disappoint everyone. Alright, happy holidays, everyone. Yohee produces a basket as she speaks, scattering the multicolored petals inside through the air. Well, don't just scare people like that. That's something we're going to bring out on stage. You guys should get a sneak peek. Happy holidays. Thank you for inviting us for the show. I hear the tickets were rather difficult to get. The gimmick of artificial snow pulled in a lot of the audience. I hear that the idea came from that senior of yours. If the chance ever arises, please do introduce me to that business genius. Ah, you mean Shakri-sanbe? She was originally going to come as well, but some stuff came up at the cafe and she works at... But check this out. Yohee spins around happily. Shakri-sanbe gave me this bow tie on the back of my dress. Oh, that looks amazing. Does every doll who knows how to dance or sing also do handicrafts? Not only is she good at crafts, she also is a makeup whiz. When I met you guys, before I did rather, I was talking to her on the phone. Lumi caused some trouble, so I thought she would be angry. But after I told her about the circumstances, she complimented me instead. So she's a competent senior too. I really must speak to her if the circumstances allow. Right, Professor, how's Lumi been? Any further incidents? After you described the cause, I ran some more checks on the central systems and spoke to a friend in the field. There shouldn't be any further issues. After things are stable, could Lumi's original be put into production next? That's still a ways off. After this performance is over, I'll still be deleting the overflowing data in Lumi again and recompiling the source code. What a shame. Technology Renee left behind. Bowen smiles and nods, turning to the silent Lumi at the side. A shame indeed, but keeping Lumi in good operating order isn't the most important. I know Renee's wishes now anyway. She'll always be by my side, like Lumi. I'll have no regrets. You notice that the backstage staff begin to call for the dancers to get into position. Ah, sorry, it's about time. I need to go prepare for the show with Lumi and the Professor. Your tickets are the VIPs for the VIPs in the VIPs. What? Get ready to catch every mesmerizing move of Lumi's performance up close. Eh? Lumi's going to be performing on top of providing the snow? Yeah. After the experience of ours, I had a change of mind in regards to the routine, and I made some changes. I asked the Professor to help me train Lumi too. Just sit and watch. We'll be off then. Alright, we'll cheer for you. Leaving Yohee to her business, Nagant and Ksenia returned to the audience seating area, finding her spots. Oh, VIP indeed. What have you? Yeah, I don't even have to stand on my tippy toes to see the whole amphitheater. Not bad at all. Eh, what's going on? It's all black all of a sudden. Did they turn off the lights? No, they haven't. Could division modules really be getting that old? But I haven't checked a few days ago. That shouldn't be the case at all. A procedural failure, then? I think permanent loss of vision might be in the cards. No way, right? I've heard of that happening to it all. Help me, Ksenia.
I'm kidding. I'll stop messing with you. Xenia chuckles mischievously, taking Nagan's hat off the top of her head. Xenia! Gritting her teeth, Nagan begins to reach for Xenia's collar. The latter immediately passes over the hat in her hand. Made out of felt, the hat's celebratory colours are adorned with little flowers of yarn. This is the limited edition that you always wanted. I bought it as a holiday gift. But it's expensive, isn't it? About as much as the flowers the professor gave us worth, right? Yeah, all of the money from the sales went into this hat. You were hesitating, so I went and bought it for you. Money's just money. We could always make more, but we missed this hat, and it's gone forever. Thanks. No need to thank me. Just mind me for extra overtime pay in the future. I feel like such a failure. My junior beat me to giving a gift. When the show ends, I'm going to pick out a proper present for you too. I'll be waiting then. As they chatter, the lights in the venue converge on the stage. The elevator in the middle gradually rises, and Yohee takes the stage first with a basket of flowers. Good evening, everyone. Before we get started, we have a few little presents for everyone. Make sure you catch them. Everyone, happy holidays. Yohee snaps her fingers, sending many red drones flying through the venue, strewing candy and flower petals towards the audience. Nagan leaps upwards, easily claiming a pack. You don't like candy at all. Why are you going for those? It's all in the holiday spirit. Take this. The show's about to start. Stuffing the candy into Xenia's hands, Nagan looks towards the stage with excitement. As the candy pulls the audience's attention, a cart full of flowers slowly rises to the middle of the stage. Now then, enjoy. Introducing today's special guest and new artificial snow platform, Lumi. Adorned with bouquets, Lumi stands upon the cart of flowers, appearing at the stage's forefront. It turns as it sprays snow into the air. You go, little guy. Do your best. The snow gradually blankets the stage, and many audience members begin to extend their hands. The pure white foam lands upon their hands and hair. Be it caused by curiosity or reminiscence, the icy sensation puts a smile on the audience's faces. As the audience's passion is ignited, the other members of the dance troupe make their entrance. The scattering petals are combined with the falling snow, illuminating the stage. As the music rises and swells, the performance begins in earnest. On this holiday, everyone receives a present they desire. Yeah, as I said, this event was originally on the Chinese server, a Christmas event. So it's a bit different here in June. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you for being here. And I'm just going to send you off to someone else. I hope you really didn't mind my absence for yesterday and Saturday. It just is what it is. And I'm just going to send you over.
Thinking about food again.
What the hell? I'm going to send you over to Akka, who's currently playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And have a good night. I need to just, Boop. Have a good night, and thank you very much for being here. Soon, TM, we're going to have to play another GFL event, which is going to be in GFL 1, a collaboration event, with a game that I don't play. However, the story seems interesting, and it does revive a character for at least one cutscene that I know of. But,